Alright, so here we go. So I decided to do a quick premiere thing, and I wanted to talk about curbing cravings and your appetite, because when you're dieting real strict, sometimes it can be a challenge because you get all this food put in front of you, or you have one of those days where you've done extra hard workout and you need to maybe have a little more calories that day than normally you would take in with what you're doing for your diet. And so I'm going to talk to you about how you can curb your appetite. And I will also encourage you to, before you even get started, real strict, and when you're doing a really strict diet, listen to your body. If you have one of those days where you feel like you're in an endless pit, it's probably because your muscles are growing, especially if you notice a little muscle soreness too, or you're a little more fatigued than normal. A lot of times it's because your body needs extra protein. So that means that you need to beef up your protein for that day. And then you will notice a big difference in your muscles and your appetite as well if you beef up your protein. So just a tip on that. Um, so one thing, I wrote everything out that I wanted to talk about, because sometimes my mind wanders, and I don't want to wander in this one because I feel it's very important. So, um, one thing is you want to drink up to 1/3 of your body weight in liquid if you can, because it helps to make your stomach fuller, to make you fuller, so then you're less hungry. The more liquid you put in your body, yes, I know what people are going to say, but that means I'm going to have to run to the bathroom more. That's okay, because especially if you're trying to lose weight, it also flushes out all the impurities that's in your system, and that fat that you're trying to get rid of helps you get rid of that a little quicker too. So, and there is nothing wrong with taking in a lot of liquid, and I mean a lot of liquid. It's actually very good for you when you're dieting. And when you are filling up your plate, I know this sounds contrary to what you would normally do for a diet, you want to fill it up a little bit fuller sometimes than normal. And I'm not saying with, all these greasy things and greasy foods, you're going to eat something healthy, right? So you may have the size of chicken, like the palm of your hand, because a lot of people, that's the way they diet, and they're taught to diet. But yet you need more stuff, so you're going to fill your plate a little bit fuller, but with very low calorie foods. So like chickens, like eggplant, green beans. I've been known to have a whole entire can of green beans, um, because it is only like 30 to 40 calories, and I will eat the whole entire can of green beans with my meat, and it really, really is a huge help in filling me up, because that's extra food in your stomach. The more stomach and the more food you put in your stomach, the better. So as long as it's low calorie food, reminder, low calorie food. So like things like eggplant, mixed greens. I love spinach. I usually can eat a whole can of spinach too. It's like one of my favorite veggies. Cabbage, mushrooms, peppers, cauliflower, broccoli, all of those are very good. They also have good content of fiber in them, which I will talk about in a minute, why that's also good for you. Another thing, this is a trick I've always used, from the time that, and even when the times that I told you I would yo-yo, go up and down with my dieting, is I would chew gum. You know how you have those days where you just get the munchies and you feel like you need to be chewing on something all the time. And those days are so frustrating, especially when you're trying to curb your appetite and stay low calorie. It was like, I've already ate my meal. I know I feel a little hungry, but I know that's going to pass after a little bit, because I've been dieting for a while. I've gotten used to that feeling. But yet I got the munchies, and this is driving me nuts. I feel like I need something to chew on. That's what the munchies is, basically, right? You want something to chew on or to munch on. That's what they call it, the munchies. So what you're going to do is get you a stick of gum. I love gum. Anybody who knows me knows I chew gum all the time. Okay? And I always have. And, then I found out it was really good for dieting. So you want to choose gum that has no sugar in it. So, no sugar gum. 0 calories is what you're shooting for. That's why you want to make sure it's sugar-free gum. And it's also better for your teeth if it's sugar-free gum. That's another plus to chewing sugar-free gum. It will have little to no calories per a stick. And chewing that gum will take care of your munchies because you will be chewing on something, so your body's craving for chewing on something will go away because you're taking care of that by munching on the gum. And if you get gum, you want to make sure you get mint flavored gum. Mint flavored gum is not only good for just freshening your breath, but you may not realize it, like mint and spearmint, wintergreen gum, all that, whatever your favorite flavor of mint flavor is actually very, very good for suppressing your appetite. So it's a great appetite suppressant as well, okay? And so then when it comes to your breakfast, you want to make sure you are eating carbs that are high fiber carbs. Not high calorie, you want very low calorie, but high fiber carbs. You want to shoot for at least 5 grams of fiber every morning for your breakfast. And it's very important to keep going with that all day long. I feel that you need to have a high fiber diet when you're dieting, not just for breakfast. I feel it needs to be for lunch and for dinner as well. High fiber helps you out a lot. For one, so go for whole grains, fruits, things like that, that have high fiber in them, but are very low calorie. And the reason why you want to do that is fiber actually expands. People do not realize that it does that, and it expands in your stomach, so it makes you feel fuller for a longer period of time, so therefore you won't feel the need to eat as quickly as you would if you had a low calorie breakfast, lunch, dinner that had hardly any fiber in it. Also, fiber is a great way of cleaning out your system and your intestines and all that. I'm sure everybody knows that. That's kind of like an obvious. Well, I would think so, but anyway. So also, if you do feel the need to snack, sometimes you're just going to have those times where you cannot help it and you got the munchies and you try the gum and it's still not satisfying you. And you absolutely feel like you have to have a snack in between meals. It's okay to have snacks in between meals. You can schedule those snacks in between meals. So like for me, with work I get 2 breaks, in my lunch. So it's real easy for me to schedule my snacks. I just have my snack on my 15-minute breaks, correct? And you want to go for low calorie. So basically you want things like cauliflower, green beans, pepper, asparagus, zucchini, broccoli, celery. But the thing is here's the mistake people make. Getting the dips and dipping the vegetables. Oh my gosh, yes, we all love doing that, correct? Here's the problem with that. I've watched people, I will be like, I don't say nothing to them, but I want to grab the bottle of dressing from them because I know they're trying to get really strict on a diet and they're trying to lose weight, and then I see them going and dumping like half the dressing out on their salad or on their plate to dip their vegetables in, and then they use all of the dressing, and I'm just like, you just defeated the purpose, because even if it is low calorie dressing, that is still calorie intake. If it says 2 tablespoons, 2 tablespoons, 2 tablespoons, 2 tablespoons, this size is all you should be having. And it shouldn't be heaped up like up to here. It should just be flat on, heaped up to here. It needs to be flat on the spoon. Flat and resting inside the curves, not humped up over the spoon. Okay? So you can have 2 tablespoons of dressing to dip your vegetables in. No more than that. That's what you gotta look at. Pay attention to the serving size on the back. Make sure you're only having the serving size of it. Because if you go over that and you keep pouring it in because you're like, oh, still got more vegetables to eat, so I'm just gonna have a little more dressing. No. Oh, I wonder why I got on the scale this morning and my weight went up 1/2 pound, or about this many ounces. You had 2 snacks yesterday. You did the low calorie vegetables like was suggested to you. But how much dressing did you use? Ding, ding, ding. There you go. So be careful. Do not use too much dressing. Okay? So make sure when you plan your healthy snacks that if you have things like that, like I said, watch your dressing. Nuts is really good for snacks, but they need to be about this size in the palm of your hand. That's it. That's all you eat, is the size of a quarter or the palm of your hand. No going back for seconds or thirds or fourths. You eat that little bit, and you walk away from the bowl, the dish, whatever it is that you have. That's all you're allowed. This is a little bit right here. Okay? So that's all you can have of nuts. Nuts is very good for you, but it is very high calorie. So if you are on a calorie counting diet, again, you're going to defeat your purpose if you go over that, overboard on the nuts. Avocado is the best, one of the best things. I need to get better about eating avocados. In fact, I'm wanting to do a vlog for you guys on making my first avocado smoothie. I have not done it yet, but I gotta get the yogurt and I gotta get the avocados. Avocado is the best thing for you. In fact, my mom had a friend, and I've heard this from a lot of people, that their doctors who, because of their, they were having their heart patients, okay, and they are heart patients, and their doctors would tell them to eat one avocado every day, because your heart is a muscle and people forget that sometimes. So it needs to be worked as well. That's why you need to do those cardio workouts to strengthen your heart. But it also needs the proteins and the fats and the healthy fats to keep working and keep going. So avocado, one avocado a day, and maybe a little bit higher calories, so you might want to watch how you might want to cut back a little bit on something else that you normally been eating if you start incorporating that in your diet every day. But I would strongly suggest an avocado for a snack and doing it every day. And yes, you can have a little bit of salt with it, but don't be pouring a bunch of milk in it or cream, just turning it into this big old, guacamole sauce stuff that, then again, there goes your idea of eating healthy out the window, or tons of butter or anything like that. So that means avocado with a little bit of salt, seasoning salt if you like seasoning salt. Stir it up. It'll bring out the flavor of the avocado, and eat it that way. Find something you can mix it in with. I love avocado in salad. I also love I haven't tried avocado in smoothies except for store-bought smoothies. I cannot wait to try a homemade one. So I will be doing a vlog on that for you when I finally do it. And there you go. And I love string cheese. I get low-calorie string cheese, and I eat that for snack every night when I come home from work, because I'm always starving. So I have a thing of applesauce, which is 10 calories, a little cup of it. I have one piece of string cheese, and I munch on a serving size of carrots, which is 35 calories. And I have one small rounded, like I showed you how you have to do the spoon thing of peanut butter, and I mix it with my applesauce. And try it. Guarantee you'll like it. Okay, so next thing is make sure you have a good amount of protein in your diet. Again, you are working out and losing weight, but you also are building muscle at the same time, especially if you're doing workouts with weights. Even without weights, whether you realize it or not, you're doing anything besides just doing the normal running, jogging, you're doing lunges, squats, burpees, things like that, you are actually working your muscles out. So you need the protein to keep going. Your body needs that protein to keep going. So make sure that you're taking a good amount of proteins in your diet. So things like in dairy would be like cottage cheese, eggs, yogurt, meat, chicken, turkey for meats, duck. I've never had duck, pork, venison. I kind of looked up some of the white meats for you because honestly, the main white meats I eat is chicken, turkey. I'm not gonna lie, but pork I know is very healthy for you and is definitely a white meat. So any white meats is very good for you. Stay away from ground beef. Stay away from red meats, unless you have an iron deficiency and your doctor specifically told you you need to eat a certain amount of red meat in your diet. Red meat is very high in cholesterol. If you want to have clogged arteries someday to where you have to have a 5-way bypass or something, then go for it. Okay, and so I don't know, maybe you think surgery's fun, but I don't, so I'm trying to avoid that. Anyway, so make sure you have things like that. And buffalo is also a good one. Elk, and is very, you want to make sure that when you're picking it out in your grocery store or you go to a meat market that you're looking for the leanest cut that you can get. So if you have to do your research before you buy it, do it. A lot of times when you get the packaged meats at the regular grocery store, it's going to have on there, and it'll say lean meat. I usually go from what I grab is the one that says 99% lean. I go as close to 99% lean as I can find. That's what I grab and take home with me. That's what I always put in my spaghetti. And then I go lean on the sausage, and I go lean on, because that's the only time I ever have any red meat, is when I make spaghetti. But also seafood, catfish, halibut, lobster, salmon, tuna, and tilapia is great when it comes to seafood, for good proteins that are also low calorie. And then if you're a vegan, tempeh, vegetable protein, and tofu. Tofu is in a lot of Chinese food, so we have tofu all the time. You just don't realize it, okay? So you want to make sure you start with your protein first. So you get your, protein, the size of your fist. Get a nice piece of grilled chicken, whatever you're going, one of those things I mentioned. Get it first, prepare it, and then add all your vegetables, your dairy, all that around it. And then put that on your plate. And I guarantee it'll help fill you up. Here's another tip, that I'm going to throw this away because now I know I just did some research on the meats and stuff, and that's what I was worried about, making sure I remembered. But the other thing that you got to remember is to make sure you are not eating fast. And I do agree, it's been scientifically proven. I'm like, why do you need to have something like that scientifically proven? Okay, come on. Okay, I'm sorry. Now I'm being rude. To me, it's kind of obvious that, have you ever paid attention to the times when you are eating with a friend and you eat a few bites and then you start having a conversation, and then you eat another few bites, and then you keep talking, and then you have another few bites. So you're eating at a very slow pace because you're enjoying your conversation with your friend, okay? But what happens when you're eating by yourself and you're in a hurry and you're in a rush and you gotta hurry and get back to work or do this or blah blah blah, whatever it may be, we'll put down, and then you're like, man, I just ate this huge hamburger and this huge thing of fries. Let's just use that as an example, talking about dieting. Or you have this grilled chicken, piece of grilled chicken, and you have this huge plate of salad, okay, if we're going low calorie. And you have that huge plate of salad, you have that ground piece of grilled chicken, and normally you're like, that should have been enough to fill me up. Why am I still hungry? I feel like I could eat another whole salad or a whole piece of chicken, because you ate too fast. What happens when you eat really fast is it doesn't trigger that, I always wanted to not say this right, but your fullness. So, and there's always this thing that goes from your stomach to your brain, and it tells you, I'm full. It sends a message. Your stomach sends a message to your brain. It says, I'm full. Okay. What happens when you eat really fast? Your stomach doesn't have time to process the fact that it's already full, and you probably overfilled it to the brain because you've ate too fast. It can't keep up with you. So you want to take time with your meals, enjoy them, savor every bite, enjoy your food. You have to find somebody you can sit down and chat with while you're eating lunch. So that way you're in between bites, you're busy chatting with them. So you know that you're not just wolfing down your food. So make sure you take it slow, chew your food well, and enjoy it. Okay? Another thing that is really a good tip is having 8 ounces of water before you start your meal. So if you have 8 ounces of water, you already have 8 ounces of food or liquid in your stomach, correct? So 8 ounces of water, 8 ounces of 0 calorie, low calorie tea. If you have a low or no calorie drink that you really like and you enjoy having with your meals, make sure you drink 8 ounces of that first. Then eat your meal. What happens is sometimes when you do that, your stomach gets full quicker. So you find that you end up only eating half of your lunch or half of your dinner, not compared to what you normally would. Just try it. Try it for a week, okay? And you will find a huge difference. Another thing that is really good is to make sure that your liquids are always lukewarm. And I know that sounds really crazy, but I've learned to drink water lukewarm compared to, you know, lukewarm or room temperature, whichever you can handle, lukewarm or room temperature, okay, is always the best for you when you are trying to diet. And here's the reason why. I don't know if any of you that are watching this has ever done a juice cleanse. What happens when you have a juice cleanse? You end up doing the juice cleanse. You will have like a smoothie type drink. That's your breakfast. Then you have a super low calorie, and you may not like carrot juice, so this may be a bad example. Very super low calorie juice every 2 hours in between meals. Then you have your next heavy liquid at 6 hours, and that's how you do it. But what do you do after every single drink that you have? You are to warm up your water to lukewarm temperature. So me and my husband did a juice cleanse for 2 days. We had to warm up our water in the microwave for 12 to 15 seconds to make sure that it was lukewarm temperature. As soon as we drank down our smoothie drink, we had to chug down 8 ounces of lukewarm water every single time. So then 2 hours goes by, it's time to have a low calorie juice. Chug down the low calorie juice, 8 ounces of the and you're only having 8 ounces each time you have the juice. And chug down the 8 ounces of juice, chug down another thing of lukewarm water. Reason why you do that is it is actually cleansing your body. Lukewarm water will cleanse your body a lot quicker and better than having cold, ice cold water. And there's something about it that causes it to yank all of the impurities and all the fat that's in your body out. That's why a juice cleanse works. You have to have that lukewarm water with every drink, every time you drink a juice. 8-ounce juice, you have to have that with it. That is part of the cleanse. And what it does is it won't allow any fats that's in those juices to stick to your body. They won't stick to your body. So anything that you eat, any of that liquid and juices that you drink that day will be flushed out. Any of the impurities that you ate during that week before you went on the juice cleanse will be flushed out of your body because of that lukewarm water. So my suggestion is to have room temperature to lukewarm water, 8 ounces of it before you even start your meal. If you are on a very high strict dieting regimen right now and have not hit your goal weight, and you right now are trying to get to your goal weight, here's my suggestion to you, and this is how I'm going to end this vlog. I am challenging you to have 8 ounces of lukewarm water after every snack, every breakfast, lunch, and dinner. I want you to do this for a full week, along with eating the low calorie to lose the weight. I guarantee within that week, you're going to notice a difference in your energy level, and you're going to notice a difference in your weight loss. You'll find that you will lose the weight quicker, easier, and if nothing else, because you're gaining muscle because of your workout. So then you are at a standstill or at a plateau because of the muscle weight you're gaining. You'll notice a difference in the way your clothes fit. You're going to notice a difference in your energy level, and you'll get on that scale and be amazed that how well having that lukewarm water after every snack and every meal has helped you to lose weight or maintain the weight loss that you've already had accomplished. And doing that along with your low calorie diet, it will help you tremendously. So I definitely suggest you try it. So whatever you do, keep moving, keep eating healthy, do not give up on yourself. That is my strongest suggestion ever. You fall off, you get back on even stronger, and you keep going. You got this. Have a great day, everybody. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Check my Facebook page out. Have a wonderful day.